Hey guys, welcome back to my Seattle Mariners series here on Out of the Park Baseball. If you remember, in the last episode, we faced the Tampa Bay Rays in the wild card game. We won that 3-2. Unfortunately, Kershaw had to come out early due to injury, but our bullpen stepped up big. And then Cho Young-sung gave up a 2-run homer in the ninth, but since we had some insurance runs, it did not matter. We ended up winning that game, which is a great boost. We are in the ALDS. If we check our team history, for the first time since 2001, we will be in that final 8, which is very exciting. In terms of what our rotation is going to be, Kershaw has a mild oblique strain, so it is not a serious injury, which is huge. It is huge. Unfortunately, he'll only be able to pitch once in this series, which is probably the biggest series that we have. But it's going to be Paxton, Zach Brown, and likely Drew Pomeranz. If you remember, I don't really have control over who our manager picks. I think it would be cool to give Felix Hernandez a start at some point, but it won't be this point. Offensively, the only thing to note is that Pac is still going to be out for one more day. That means that he will miss Game 1 against the Astros, but he will be back for the other games, which is very exciting. If we take a look at the Houston Astros, you can see that they were first in runs against and first in runs scored. Their pitching is absolutely dominant. I mean, this is ridiculous. They have Corey Kluber, Dallas Keuchel, Chris Devininski, who's turned into a stud, and then their only bad starter really is Brady Rogers. Their bullpen is dominant. They've got Feliz and Giles. I guess Giles has declined a little bit, but he's still very good. And then offensively, I mean, they've got Correa, they have Bregman, Garrett Stubbs, Gurriel. I guess some of these other guys, they're very good ratings, but they underperformed, or is someone injured? Because I thought they had a lot of other good people. It looks like, Lance McCullers is going to be out. What about, Kyle Tucker? That's the big name, because he was really, really good for them. I mean, look at this guy, 75 contact. Excellent at everything else anyway. 3-win player in 130 games. I bet he'll be a lot more than that in the future. He's only 23 years old, but he will be out this series. So that's actually a pretty big loss to go along with Lance McCullers. And Zach Britton is even out. So looks like, he was injured 5 months. So I guess good thing we didn't sign him, although he was pretty dominant in the limited time that he did play. But let's get down to business here. It'll be the Houston Astros against the Seattle Mariners for Game 1 here. For our batting order, we're definitely going to move up Guerrero. I think we'll even move up Urena. Just Josh Naylor was not that great this year. I might move up Pollock ahead of Gamble, because Pollock, I believe, had a pretty good season. 263, 21 homers. You could argue that I should put Pollock in front of Naylor, but I don't think I will. So after fixing the lineup, I realized I think I'm going to go with James Paxton on the mound. I didn't realize that they have 4 lefties in their order, which is really good news for Paxton and not good news for Brown. So I think we are going to go with Paxton. I'd rather give him 2 starts in this series. But here we go. All right, so it is the 6th inning here in Game 1. I messed up a little bit and forgot to record the first half of the game. So let me just catch you up a little bit. Rafael Devers hit a home run in the 3rd inning off Corey Kluber, so that gave us a 1-0 lead. And then later in the game, Ben Gamble delivered a big 2-out hit, which drove in our 2nd run. So we are up 2-0. Paxton went the first 5 innings, did really well, but he gave up his 2 hits and 3 walks in the last 2 innings, so I decided to take him out in favor of Baez next inning. I just think that given who's coming up next for the Astros, it just sort of made sense, a lot of righties. But right now, we're in the top of the 6th. We've actually managed to load the bases. As you see here, we got a single out of Urena and another single from Naylor, and then we got a walk from Ben Gamble. So with the bases loaded, it is Ben Greer hitting. 3-2 is the count, but he strikes out on the payoff pitch, which means Christian Vasquez is up. And of course, I forgot to add a second catcher to our roster. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, he is going to have to hit, unfortunately, with 2 outs here. 3-2. Ball 4. Nope. Fly ball to center, but that's going to be caught. It looks like, yes, it will be. Fisher makes the grab. So it is still 2-0. Baez is going to take the mound for this next inning. And I think we're going to be warming up maybe Diekman. I think we'll warm up Diekman because he would face Dawson if things go awry here. But Baez will start this inning. And a good start against Bregman here, 1-2. And that's going to be, oh no, shot into right field. That's going to get down and roll against the wall. That's going to be a triple, a lead-off triple off Pedro Baez. And now I am starting to regret taking out Paxton, but oh well. Nothing is the count at Joseph. This is a bad sign. Ground ball to first. So we are going to get the out. Run scores in the back end, but at least it is an out. So there's one away. Now for Correa. 1-2 against Correa, so he's going to strike out. I think we will keep Baez in against Dawson. He's got a lot of power, and that's going to be shot into right field, but Gamble makes the catch. Nice grab there for Gamble, and the inning is over. We still have the lead 2-1. We're going to sit down Diekman, so hopefully Baez can give us one more hitter. He only threw 10 pitches last inning, and then we can go to a left-hander for Fisher and Reddick, and maybe the next couple batters because we've got Stubbs later on. In terms of who we will go to, I believe it's going to be Tyler J, but I'm going to wait to warm him up for a little bit. So the first batter of the inning here in the 7th is Tony Kemp. He hits one down the line in right field. It is gone, and the Mariners have taken a 3-1 lead. That is a huge insurance run. Now it'll be Devers at the plate. Kluber still in this game as that's a fly ball on the left, and it will be caught by Dawson. Looks like he made a diving catch for that one. So I think, I'll warm up Tyler J. So we'll warm up J here. And next is going to be Vlad Guerrero. 0-0 is the count. And that's a fly ball to left field. At the wall, it's going to be caught. Dawson made the catch. Oh, really hoping that was going to be a second run, but oh well. And now it'll be Urena at the plate. Again, Kluber's still in this game. A lot of hard hit balls this inning, as Urena is also going to be on. So Naylor's going to get a chance, but he will strike out. And that's going to be against Trevor Rosenthal. So Kluber out of the game. He gives 6 2/3 innings, gives up 3 runs. A pretty decent outing for him, but we've been able to shut the door so far. Tyler J ready, so he'll go in after this batter. 1-2 to Gurriel, and that is going to be a strikeout. So 1 1/3 innings for Baez. Considering he's pitching on a little bit short rest, I think it's definitely time to put in Jay. But with that said, I will also warm up Diekman in case Jay just doesn't have it. 2-1 against Fisher. This is Jay's first batter, and that's going to be a pop-up, it looks like. And so that should definitely be caught, and it is. 2 outs here in the 7th. And now it'll be Reddick at the plate, and he strikes out, so the inning is over. Big inning there. Now we just have 2 more to go. We're going to sit down Diekman again. He keeps getting up and warming up and then being sat down, but oh well. Pollock's going to lead off the 8th, though, and he gets a base hit into left field, so that's a big first hit there. Gamble will be up next, 3-2. Little flare to center field, and that's definitely going to be caught by Fisher out in center field. So that's the first out of the inning. Next will be Greer, and he hits one to left, but that looks like it's going to be an easy catch. So that's going to be 2 outs, and then Vasquez at the plate, 2-2, and of course he strikes out. Boy, do I regret not having a second catcher on this roster, and that's even before, like, if he got hurt, I don't know what I'd do. That is really stupid on my part. All right, so it is the 8th inning. Cho Young-sung mostly rested here. So I think that, maybe we'll warm up Altavita. I think that would probably make the most sense, but we will definitely bring in Sung, I'd say after a hit or 2. Myers is going to get the first plate appearance, and he gets a base hit up the middle. So, we're up 3-1. I think I'm going to at least go one more hitter here. 1-2 to Garrett Stubbs. That's going to be a ground ball to second, on to first, double play. 2 outs in the inning, and we're going to let Tyler J face Bregman, I think. Yeah, I think we will. So 2-1, and that's going to be a base hit. All right, so I think that's going to do it for Bregman. We're going to put in, I really should have had Sung warming up. That was kind of stupid. All right, so let's warm up Sung, and then we'll do a mound visit. And now we will put in Altavita, and at least Sung is now warming up. Okay, 3-2. I think I'm going to put in Sung if he walks him here. Oh boy, Altavita, that's a little pop-up, and that is an out. So a huge out, and we're going to take a 3-1 lead into the 9th inning here in Game 1. This would be huge if we can get through this. But top of the 9th, it'll be Tony Kemp leading it off, and Ken Giles is in the game now for the Astros, and that's going to be somewhat like a bunt for Kemp, a little bit of a swinging bunt there. Now it'll be Devers with 1 out, 3-2, and he swings at what looks like a terrible pitch, but that's 2 outs. And Guerrero 1-2, and he is also going to strike out. So 1-2-3 for the Mariners there, and now it'll be Sung closing it out. 3-2 to Correa. I don't like that. Definitely don't want to walk him here because Correa doesn't matter. Ground ball to second, huge out. All right, so there's 1 gone here in the 9th. 7 pitches to get Correa, though. Another 3-2 count against Dawson, and that's going to be a walk, so that's bad. So that's 13 pitches for Sung. I think we're going to get up Diekman because there are some lefties coming up, and maybe Alcantara. I think those are the 2 that we should be warming up here. With that said, though, 1 gone, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. It looks very manageable. It's caught. So 2 outs in the 9th. Derek Fisher at the plate. 3-2 is the count. Ground ball to second, and the Mariners win Game 1, so a huge Game 1 victory. They take a game from Houston against Houston's ace. Kershaw didn't even pitch. That's a very steady win probability curve there. As you can see, Paxton 5 shutout innings. Our bullpen generally held its own. And we got to Kluber at least enough to eke out a victory. All right, so Game 2, we're going to get Pac back, which is a huge addition. I assume that we can't add anyone to the playoff roster during the series. I don't know, what even happened to Brian McCann? I have no idea. Yeah, Brian McCann. Oh, he retired during the season. Oh, my God. Jesus. Well, anyway, I mean, we're just kind of stuck. I mean, there's not really anything I can do because we didn't have any catchers up before September 1st. So we honestly, we just can't add any to the roster, which, again, I don't know what I will do if Christian Vasquez gets injured, but I don't even want to think about that. But for now, it is time for Game 2, so let's play that game against Houston. This time it will be Zach Brown who will get the ball. Keuchel, obviously a lefty, which changes our order a little bit, but it's huge that we have Pac, the right-hander, in there. All right, so time to start this game. We'll do till runners in scoring position, and that's going to be, I didn't even realize what was going on. It's going to be a double play against us. We did have runners in scoring position there, but I kind of fast-forwarded too quickly. But anyway, nothing comes of it. In the bottom of the first, we get through there. So things looking pretty good for us so far. Oh no, Houston gets 2 runs. Let's see what happened. Was it a 2-run homer probably? Yep, Gurriel, 2-run homer. Well, that stinks. So he gets through the rest of the inning there, but Seattle answers back, so that's big. Another 2-run homer, so that one's from A.J. Pollock. Drives in Vladimir Guerrero, who worked the walk. That is big. All right, so now we're in the 4th inning. So Brown so far, 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks. He's doing all right. We're going to just keep going, and unfortunately, looks like a home run there. So I think at this point, let's just see if he can get out of the inning here. Ground ball, that's a base hit. All right, I'm getting a little worried. I think the only one we could really put in maybe is Felix Hernandez because it's so early in the game. We could do Nick Wells maybe, actually. Yeah, Wells not too bad in terms of his ratings. I feel like he's probably better than Hernandez. I don't know. I think I'm going to warm up Hernandez. I just would like to see him pitch in a playoff game. And, he did pretty well for us so far, at least this year. That is going to be an out, so the inning is over. Brown gets through 4 innings, obviously 3 runs, so not great so far. I think we'll just keep Hernandez warming up, I think. But we'll do till runners in scoring position. So nobody out. Urena at second. Gamble at first. Vasquez is the hitter. 2-2. That's a fly ball to right field. That's pretty deep. It's going to get down. Vasquez is into second base, so that is an RBI double for Vasquez. Still nobody out. First and second. What a huge hit from Vasquez there. And now that it's the 5th inning, so let's maybe warm up. Let's see. It'll be lefties coming up, so maybe we can bring in someone like Nick Wells or Diekman. Yeah, maybe Diekman. I don't think he pitched yesterday. But back to the game as Kemp is up here with nobody out. Cy Sneed is the pitcher, so we've knocked out Keuchel. I don't know how long that's been, but that's going to be a base hit, an infield single, and a run scores. So it is 4-3 now as we take the lead. Again, nobody out still. 1-2 to Devers. He flips one out to left field. That's going to score a run, it looks like. Absolutely, we are sending him. I don't care how slow Vasquez is. As he scores the run, no problem. 5-3 now. Guerrero at the plate, 1 out so far. That's flipped out to center, but it looks like the second baseman is going to make the catch on that one. 2 gone for Pac, and that's a drive deep into left center field. That could go. It is out of here. Home run for Pac, and suddenly the game is 7-3. Well, that is great news. So it'll be Pollock up next. 1-1. This Cy Sneed not done too well. That's a fly ball deep in the left field corner. It is out of here. Pollock with a home run. 6 runs in the 5th for the Mariners. It is 8-3 now. Can Naylor keep it going? 2-2 to Naylor, and he's going to strike out. But oh my goodness, that is huge. A 5-run cushion now. And what do we do here? I think we're going to stick with Brown. I'd like to get some more innings out of him, but he's going to be on a pretty short leash as there is a pop-up behind the plate. Vasquez almost ran and caught that one, but it will be Guerrero who makes the catch. So 1 out for Gurriel, and Gurriel grounds one to third, so that's 2 outs. That is looking good. Zach Brown, that's going to be 3-0, though, to Bird. All right, so I think this will be his last hitter if he gets on base. But ground ball is short. That will end the inning. So through 5 now, and it is 8-3. Poor Diekman. He keeps getting put in there and then tiring and then taken out. But I don't think we're going to need Diekman, at least for right now. Runners in scoring position. Oh, so it's Ben Gamel at third base with 1 out. Of course, Vasquez at the plate yet again. He always seems to come up in these clutch situations. Maybe we'll go with Alcantara, just get some kind of long relief. Although there are some lefties coming up too, so maybe Nick Wells. Yeah, maybe we'll do Nick Wells and then Sandy Alcantara if Brown runs into trouble. But for now, it'll be Vasquez hitting, man on third with 1 out here, and that's going to be a ground ball to first, but it does not get the run in as they had the infield in, interestingly. Kemp will be up next, and that's a fly ball to right field. That could be out of here. Oh my goodness. A home run for Tony Kemp, and it's 10-3. Wow. I mean, the Mariners are really breaking it open now as that's going to be a ground out. So a nice cushion. That's all I'll say. The game is certainly not over, but it is a nice cushion to have as that's going to be the first out of the inning. Brown definitely going deeper into this game than I thought he would earlier. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, and Gamel makes a nice catch. That is a nice play for the second out. 3-1 versus Fisher. Definitely don't want to be walking people here, but that's just going to be a fly ball. So that's another out. So 6 innings for Zach Brown. Only 3 runs given up. I think that means we can just take out Nick Wells. I think, we'll keep him pitching. He's only got 81 pitches. We've got a big lead. Why go to the bullpen here? Do till runners in scoring position. So Guerrero's at second again. Pac is at the plate. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. 1 away. I might just do this half inning because we've got a pretty big lead. We get 2 more, so it's now 12-3. Brown gets through the 7th. We add another run, so again, 13-3. Let's see what Brown is at. 93 pitches. He'll certainly start the inning, but let's warm up. We got a lot of lefties coming up. Let's just throw in Nick Wells. He'll do a long relief appearance, even though we already warmed him up earlier. But Brown gets through the 8th. So now he is tired. 8 innings, 3 runs. A great performance from Zach Brown. We'll just throw in Nick Wells to finish off the game. Let's do a half inning. We'll do 2 runners in scoring position with Wells. 13-3 victory. A huge Game 2 victory against the Houston Astros, which means we are now 1 win away from the ALCS, and Clayton Kershaw has still not thrown in this series. Obviously, it is never over till it's over, but things are looking good. So it'll be game 3 against the Astros here. They've got Chris Davinsky, who is a right-handed pitcher, which is, again, good news for us. We're going to move Guerrero to 4th. Naylor will bat 5th. I think otherwise we want Urena ahead of Gamble and Pollock ahead of Gamble. But I think that's a pretty solid order. It's huge to have Pollock back. He really deepens that batting order. And then Clayton Kershaw is apparently ready to go for game 3. In Seattle. Let's try to end this in 3 games. That would be pretty good. So we'll do till runners in scoring position here. And we get through the first. And it looks like someone just hit a home run here in the bottom of the first inning. Tony Kemp, a leadoff home run. That is pretty darn good. And even with 1 out here, Pac is on second base for Guerrero, although it's 0-2 to Guerrero. Devinsky with the pitch, and that's a little flare to center. But it looks like the second baseman's going to grab that for the 2nd out. And now it'll be Josh Naylor at the plate with Devinsky pitching. That's a fly ball left field, and it will be caught. But we take a nice 1-0 lead, so got to take runs where you can get them. Kershaw through 2, through 3 now, and we add another run here. Let's see what happened. A home run from Devers. Devers has had a couple home runs this series. So it is 2-0 with 2 outs. We'll just see what happens with Pac because he's always interesting. And that's going to be a line out to end the inning. So 3 innings done so far. It's 2-0. Kershaw through 4, and that's going to be a double or something for Guerrero. Urena now at the plate, 1 out, and that's going to be a strikeout for the 2nd out. And Pollock will bat next, 2-0, and it's a line out to second base. So the score remains the same, but we are threatening most innings. Oh, and Houston, it looks like they got a 2-run homer. Just a walk and a home run. That's all it takes. Fisher ties the game, unfortunately. So it'll be Reddick, who's the next hitter, and that will be a flyout. I'm just going to do runners in scoring position again. Come on. Oh, no. Pollock. No. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. All right, so we'll have to put in Greer. Let's see, how do we want to do this? So Greer would play left field. No, we want Pac in left, and I think Greer in right. All right, so we'll do that. That sucks, though. All right, so it'll be till runners in scoring position. So we get through that inning. Gamble will lead it off for us. He gets to second base with nobody out. So it'll be Vasquez at the plate. He grounds one to first. So that will at least move the runner to third base. Again, sort of a sacrifice there, although not intentional. Kemp will be next, and that's going to be a pass ball, so a run will score. And it is 3-2 now. We retake the lead. And Kemp actually makes it to second. Still only 1 out. Devers at the plate. It's 3-0. It looks like they're pitching around him. And that will be ball 4. And Pac comes to the plate. Come on, Pac. McCurry on the mound, so I guess they made a pitching change. It might have been just now, actually. And that's a fly ball in the left center field. That is going to score at least 1 run. 2 runs are going to score as Pac extends the lead to 5-2, which is always good when you have your ace on the mound. Guerrero's up next. 1-2 is the count to him, but he will strike out. 2 out for Josh Naylor, and he's going to rip one into right field, but it's going to be caught. Hung up there a little bit too long. So now Kershaw in there. It is the 6th inning. How many pitches does he have? 82 pitches. Only 2 hits and 2 walks, though. So I think we can safely do till runners in scoring position. He gets through that inning. What is he at now? He's at 97 pitches. So I think it's going to be time for him to come out. Obviously, the nice thing about last game, the huge lead, and letting our starter go 8 innings is that our bullpen is pretty rested. So we can pretty much pick and choose who we want. Seeing who's going to be up next inning, I think we're going to let Kershaw face the first hitter and then go to a lefty since we've got a couple lefties coming up soon. And then maybe for the 8th, I kind of see a lot of righties. Maybe that's an inning for Pedro Baez. But we will warm up Tyler J, and maybe we'll warm up Altavita later. All right, so let's do till runners in scoring position. 1 out, 2 people on. Vasquez is at the plate. 3-2 is the count. Is he going to walk or strike out? He strikes out, so Kemp is up next. He's shown some power in this series, but he is going to ground out here to end the inning. So it is still 5-2. So we'll let Kershaw face this first batter. 2-2 is the count. He strikes out. And although, he seems to be doing pretty well, I think with 104 pitches, we're going to take him out. So we'll put in Tyler J. But since it's the 7th, I think we will also start warming up Baez, because I don't think J is going to go more than this inning anyway. It'd be 1-2 to Derek Fisher. Lefty-lefty, that's the matchup you want. Ground ball to short. And that will be the second out of the inning. And now against Reddick, 2-2, and he strikes out. That is huge. Only 2 more innings to go through, although I have certainly seen bigger collapses. I think we're going to put in Baez, and then maybe we'll warm up a lefty at the beginning of next inning just in case something gets out of hand. But we will go to runners in scoring position. Nothing there, so it's the top of the 8th now. Baez is pitching. Let's warm up Diekman, and then if anyone gets on base, I think I'm going to start warming up Sung. 1-1 to Will Myers. That's going to be a ground ball to short, and that is the first out of the inning, so good start there. Now it'll be Stubbs who is hitting, and that's going to be a line out to the second baseman. Good positioning there, and now it'll be against Bregman. 1-2, ground ball to second, and that is an out. So it is going to be Cho Young-sung time here in Seattle. And now for the bottom of the 8th here, we'll do till runners in scoring position, get through that. And now it is time to put in Sung. He just needs to get 3 outs. 2 of them are against righties. 3 of the next 4 hitters are against righties. So I don't think he's coming out of this game, even if he gives up a hit or 2. All right, let's see. That's going to be a ground ball to short. So 1 out, 2 outs away. And it'll be Correa who lines one to center. Pollock, oh, he can't get it. So that's going to be a double. A little bit worrying, but that's okay. Chung is definitely well rested for this game. 3-2 to Dawson. He's going to strike out. So that is a big out. Now against Gurriel, 1-0. 2 outs in the 9th. Popped up. And it looks like Vasquez or Guerrero. It'll be Guerrero who makes the catch. And the Seattle Mariners are going to the American League Championship Series. They sweep the Houston Astros after losing the division. How sweep it is the terrible pun. So 5-2, really dominated that series. Kershaw had a good outing, not a great outing, but certainly good enough. That's all we needed. Only 3 hits and 2 walks, actually, so he was probably a little unlucky. But we win a playoff series. I love how the thing is how sweep it is. So terrible puns aside, let's see who will be facing in the next round. So it looks like we'll be facing the Red Sox or the Indians. The Red Sox have the lead so far. We will figure out which of these teams we face next time, but I'll see you guys soon.